right, thank you. It's Easy Paradise time now, everybody. We've got some exciting things. Give it up one more time for Ragged Sky. They were supposed to have 3 readers, they only had 1. I thought that was fantastic. I love the long poem. Really epic. That was like for our Sea Odyssey today, our sea voyage here today. It's New York City Poetry Festival. Welcome, everybody. It's day 2. I've been doing this like 10 years. Easy Paradise has been coming out. We had a table yesterday. We distributed some literature. You guys got to get your hands on Wind Up Mice. This is Ashley. Ashley's an incredible writer. She just won a prize, Changes Review Prize, judged by Eileen Miles. Her book is going to be published next year by Changes Review. She just published this zine, Wind Up Mice. It's got amazing poetry, art. See her at the table. She's going to be reading at 3 o'clock today. So get ready for that. I've also got some zines that I publish. I'm Matt Proctor. I'm the host of Easy Paradise Open Mic. Every Monday at KGB Bar, we have poetry, comedy, music, anything, performance art, lecturing, extemporaneous, spontaneous epiphanizing. We have amazing... Okay, so today, Easy Paradise, we are taking a voyage into new galaxies, new territories. We're expanding the unknown here today. Thank you guys for coming out. So this is going to be a little bit of an experiment. One of my proudest moments. So, you know, the New York Times is talking about stand-up comedy, and stand-up comedy has this kind of like ridiculous cultural sway, and it's so adjacent to poetry, and yet poetry has no cultural footprint, other than us in this amazing a small town of poetry that I love coming to every year, that's like the Alcatraz or Galapagos, tropical, in paradise. You know, we're poets in paradise this year. So anyway, one of my proudest moments, we're trying to like kind of merge comedy, poetry, performance art, theater, music, it's all, you know, all these distinctions are sort of meaningless. But one of my proudest achievements as an open mic host is I've gotten stand-up comedians to write poetry, and this is a huge victory in our because poetry is the truth, and so these guys have written some pretty amazing poems actually, and I'm very proud. And so today we're gonna be having some experimental stand-up poetry, everybody. So we're gonna have some of New York City's finest stand-up comedians, and performance poet Billy Lamont as well will be performing with us. He was on Lollapalooza, and he's an amazing artist. I'm just gonna read something very quickly to get us started off. This is called Adjective of Breathing, to just sort of get us centered, listening-wise. Adjective of Breathing. Go to sleep early, diatribe motivator, creeping in my knee, locating anatomically through pain, every couple years out of fear, irresponsibility, thinking, feeling bad, now we'll get it over with in payment, a future better, eating lettuce in Clark Coolidge's rabbit's garden, had his content removed, account shut down, assessing produce, Johnny from Airplane dismissing his diagnosis on Phil Donahue in 1985, 8 months before he died, trying something new cost me time, I can't keep this up forever, is this the wrong Benjamin in my handwriting of memories? That's a good start. Adam Gopnik just rolled out of bed. She's gonna be mad I'm late. Subway Odyssey, only the beginning. I know my symbol for that. I learned my lesson. I won't do it again, I promise. My parents watched my live stream at 2 a.m. They were wearing their Bernie shirts too. But I got back on the same train I was on, avoiding Williamsburg. People remarking on my hair. Thank you, I cut it myself. I know what I like. It's what sets me and George Clooney apart. Should have just done this to begin with, enumerating cliches. You give, but people don't take it back, or they pay you and thank you, but don't reciprocate. They can't touch him now. He's too rich to kill. Right. And with that, I'd like to bring up this first poet. He's really an interesting. We vibe a lot. We have a lot of the similar kind of exennial comedy sensibility, Kids in the Hall, kind of alternative, kind of interesting avant-garde comedy from the 90s. That's right, everybody, pre-1900s. But we're going to be sharing some poetry today. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Jason T. Kocher.
Thank Thank you, Matt and Easy Paradise and New York City Poetry Festival for letting me read here today. You said you got us to write poetry. I wrote a poem, but I forgot the truth. You said there's supposed to be a truth, so we'll see how it goes. Sure. The smell of rust-flavored grass, sand, not yet glass, a dew through hair, moved by dubbed wind, matching my musk. Bare knees, absent mind, unkempt, thoughts not kept. Two eyes, look back, miss each other, and keep going. We are all right. And then I got one more. I'm used to this. One second. An end. From the highest hill lies the valley. For all you can see, the sea is still vast. And yet the question remains, where was it that you stepped last? Long and hard, the die long cast, you travel many lands where all the shades of gray. And though you should know better, it still remains as much a mystery to this very day. All the stories, fictions, and fables carried out have left you, a man without. My son, what advice can I give you? Look about. I know in the past I've often encouraged your gaze to the skies, the clouds, the wind, your eyes, and all mixed as one you've tried. But now you find such effort only stutters pride. So will yourself back down to your most recent reality. You are there, leaning against a particular peculiarity, one which you can't help mistake as a monument to yourself, surrounded by statues, steps, and an infinite access. Your ego will lead you to believe you've reached Mount Olympus. Stands to reason, you're certainly but one conflicted with similar treason, but in truth it has nothing to offer you in your present condition other than a momentary, soothing, distracting illusion. With this realization, your options seem few. Your face, like the statues and out of the ground, begins to crack and crumble as something ancient yet new struggles to shine through. Where to, you ask? Where to? I apologize and offer only the slightest clue. Beneath your feet, a great, a forgotten fate, an open slate. You follow my lead and have at once lost the way, hesitating and taking your first step a second too late. At first, all's dark, and much of it will remain so even after your eyes succeed in piercing its heart. And so your senses rest elsewhere. The constant and all-consuming, low, humming sound machinery reaches your ear and infiltrates your thoughts, combining with your imagination's memories of religious chants and cries of human suffering, past, present, and future tense. This is all you hear. Immediately before your eyes are the clumsy particles you've already sensed in the air, on your clothes, and in your hair. You've taken their mass full in your lungs, only to send it back to the past from which your future comes. It propels you forward before you can fully see what lies in store. You advance on a maze of walkways, metal twisting around and in on itself, wrestling within the confines of space, spiraling with haste to a seemingly singular and infinitely dense point, the finish line of a meaningless race. The damp soaks into your bones and the metal rusts before your very eyes, emitting constant, haunting moans. Forever and ever, you sink deeper and deeper, expecting to find yourself a different creature if you're not first swallowed by the enveloping metal and transigent ether. The truth is neither. You imagine, you remember, hearing rumors of secret government experiments that were once conducted in the very place you are now stumbling, but you're distracted by the rumoring of even greater histories that come consistently echoing. You hear them all so intensely, and yet you can't grasp the particulars. But by light and its flickers, you behold a significant sight. Lining the tunnel to unknown ends are wires, pipes, and more surprisingly, mysterious figures and old friends. The roofs, walls, pipes, and wires narrow and close in on each other, until it seems the path will be blocked off, only to widen again, a journey with and without end. All indications would lead you to believe that its very substance is crumbling, cracking, and deteriorating, ready to fall apart, but you doubt this is due to any passage of time, insisting instead that this has been its condition from the very start. Beginning to fear you are facing eternity, you approach locked doors that might have opened in other worlds. Every action is useless. Description repeats. This is the end of words. Thank you.
Give it up for Jason T. Kocher, everybody. That was like John Ashbery. That was fantastic. All right, I think it's going well so far. Okay, so once again, Easy Paradise every Monday night at KGB Bar. Sign up anytime at Easy Paradise Mag. This next poet is an excellent comedian, writer. He's got a very fine artistic sense. Check out his Callahan Global on Instagram. And give it up for Ben Callahan, everybody.
Give it up for Matt Proctor. How we doing? All right. All right, this one's called, I'm going to start with one called Love Poem. All right. She doesn't care. She has bigger fish to fry. Meanwhile, I got sardines on the grill, can barely hear a sizzle. And then that emoji that looks down sadly. I don't know, but I didn't know how to verbalize that. But. Okay, thank you. This next one's called Poem 4. Wasted on video games, overdosed on Xbox, puking up XP while face melted, ears ringing with green symbols achievement. Chosen one but still hasn't completed the dishes, living life like a miscellaneous. Cold hours processed through the shredder while farting at the loser factory. But pray to holy graphics. Console matte black Balenciaga edition. When I waste time, it's an art piece. Pour champagne while looking at the camera. Behind the scenes, confidential nosedive. Bust early because my dick has an SSD. No loading screens. Next gen hardware with lack of exclusive, never buy used. Thank you. I'm killing. This one's called Statement. You will never understand my programming. Thank you. This one's called Prayer of the Line. Okay. God, grant me the serenity to conquer with impunity, the courage to vanquish my enemies with direct frontal assaults, and the wisdom to display their corpses as a warning to others. Thank you. All right. This one's called Untitled. Blew up 15 at Mercer, trying to replicate the Trap Gods. Pulling up in the drop-top BB hoodie to 0 decimals of applause. Failed small talk goes nowhere. Open mic purgatory, fuck you loser. You died and went to Mike World, massive landscape of blurry zero ship. For your sins, I sentence you to bombing at 1 p.m. in your dream neighborhood to the excruciating silence of your complete irrelevance. Thank you. Wow. All right, this is my last poem here. This is called Introducing the New Sorcerers. This was influenced by Playboy Cardi. I want to thank Playboy Cardi, Moneybag Yo, Travis Scott, all my guys. All right, Introducing the New Sorcerers. Thank you. As the world burns, we have embraced the aesthetics of evil. Death metal in my eyes, tear up as the master screamed. Pronounced impending violence. We now understand where you are coming from. Black potion poisons the blood rivers. They talk in code to their counterparts. Indecipherable hieroglyphic incantations. Lieutenant spellcasters speak of destruction. Unknown ghastly horrors. Sexual obsession and bloodlust. There is no thought. There is no mercy. There is only drive. No more playing it right or wrong. The card game is over. We flipped the table. We ended your position. We salted the plains. We are the new sorcerers. Thank you very much. All right. Give it up for Matt Proctor. Callahan Global on Instagram. Please follow me. I am a conglomerate. Thank you.
Give it up for Ben Callahan. Those beautiful, smart, with the short poems. What a great strategy. They're kind of like jokes, and I love the verbiage. You know, that was laced with a lot of contemporary references. We love that. Very current, very hot. Check out Callahan Global. He's got a great podcast. Give it up one more time for Ben Callahan, trying new things. I thought that killed. I thought that fantastic. All right. This next poet is an amazing mind. He, as a comedian, is so thoughtful. He is rhetorically strong, and he's constantly making important, transgressive arguments and decisions as a comedian. And he really read an excellent poem. We're very excited to have him here. Give it up for Danny Fallon, everybody. Yeah. Danny Fallon.
All right, good to be here, huh? Yeah. Okay, let me pull up the poem. Oh, wow. Someone logged into my Google Documents and replaced all the words with just a sentence that says, "I'm a dirty, dirty boy." Oh, no. That was all staged. That wasn't real. I planned all of that beforehand. Okay, here's the poem. The poem is called Lover of Man, parentheses, after the fall. Here we go. Rocket ship, space car. I want to go far, far away from here, from all of this, from ignorance and bliss, from deciphering narcissists, from oil prices and flickering lights, from mom and dad yelling over the TV. Stop the voices in my head that keep saying I'd be better off dead. Stop the crumbling society, or at least that's what they tell me, and fingers that smell like ketchup from all the dead cow burgers. Ketchup. And the need for calories and fueling up the body to say more shit that people could have heard the first 1,000 times around. Free from addictions I started when I was younger, to help with other addictions I started when I was younger. Someone said they found an old vice laying around, and didn't I too? Didn't I too? Smoldering cigarette ash they found Chief's body in, the quiet desperation hidden in the act of mowing the grass. Yard clipping and liquor sipping and single tears dripping out of the faucet of an eye. I want to turn around and walk back towards my younger self. I want to tell him not to care, to not care, to stop caring, to not worry about it, because you can't make it all right in your mind, and morality is much more gray than you can ever imagine it will be. Earl Black Cadillac smack attack. I want to backtrack to the shack I used to shoot smack in. I want to go back to the shack where the guy had the crack and smoke more. My last good lay, I'd go back there too. When stand-up comedy felt cool, I had leveled up. I guess I still have faith that I will experience a new vibe again. I know what I don't want, or I have no interest in. I only have interest in in that which excites and creates, and backdoor dealing, and upside-down kitchen crates we can sit on and contemplate. What it means to be here, and how to step through fear, in the form of telling people jokes about our dicks, and tying that into reincarnation and esoteric bullshit, and our fathers come, and all sorts of other ways we convince ourselves we're not dumb, like them. I reject the modernized plan. I reject the traditional path. I have done the math, time and time again, and have drawn blanks and jokers from the deck. So what the heck? Why not live for fun? Because it didn't make sense not to. Your brain gets smart, but your head gets dumb. And you end up feeling numb when you substitute a smash mouth for a cash mouth, serving your capital-driven overlords. I'd rather speak truth than have a dollar bill proof of a lifelong sentence. I choose freedom always, at whatever cost. And no one will tell me what to do. And no one can tell me what gives cancer and what is the answer. I don't have any children to disappoint or pass on my bad habits to. Advil and nicotine, the American dream asleep at the wheel and melted on the spoon. Call up the political goons and drown me out back. They won't hear my cries, muffled, watered out. Scream for help all you want, no one is coming and no one cares. They sneak up on me and rape me in the shower, and I cry out in agony like Jesus Christ. This is my moment. I want to expel whatever it is that made its way inside. I want to be free. I cry out to God, asking for it to be known that He is real and He gives a shit. Asking to be shown what the hell He wants from me and what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Peter Gabriel butchering this Radiohead cover drags me back to real life. Like a shitty taste in the mouth of cough drops or syrup, judgmental and critical, making my ego stronger and stronger. I am better than him. I am better than them. I am better than everyone. I am better than everyone else and whoever else. Fuck you. The evil that lies within, begging for a chance to spill out, begging to splash and stain the pants of all the passerbys, and cast itself in their eyes, and gouge out the vision with its acid bite, and casting them into darkness with me, where we all must gnash our teeth and bite down on steel and fuck death raw. And the fear of rape, and the fear of rape, and the fear of rape. And gouged out eye sockets in the Garden of Eden, and emptied intestines and appropriate semicolons, and old tire marks on the annals of history, and all the lessons instructed, neatly tucked into the briefcase on the passenger seat, fastened down by the safety belt, struck by a drunk driver who ended up being Archangel Gabriel, represented by public defender Jesus Christ. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. It's awful. All is forgiven. All is well. You can go to sleep and no one will die. It's okay now. Go to bed. Jesus Christ loves you. The code is real and happening. The schizophrenics have seen too much or felt too much. Shutdown inevitable. Critical destruction. Always the desire to tear down others for no reason. But there are reasons. To feel safe. To feel right. To escape the inexplicable bottomless pit of guilt and shame. Judge others lest we be judged. Someone must have said that before. Put a bullet in my fucking head. Say the things to make the world spin again and feel eternity inside my head again. The cosmic circle, the ultimate rhythm. I burned out the heavenly space with too much chasing. But I find my way back. I find my way back. It's still all inside. It's always been inside. Time to bring it out. Side with all. Lover of man. After the fall. Thanks a lot. I'm Danny Fallon. You can find me on Instagram, Danny Fallon, haha. I do comedy where I make people laugh, not like this. So you can lighten up afterwards with some more content. Give it up for Matt Proctor. Easy Paradise is a wonderful mic in the East Village. You got to check it out on Monday nights. You can even get there at midnight, still perform. So that's a great thing. All right.
Give it up for Danny Fallon, the fire, the passion, the intelligence, the things that needed to be said, crossing boundaries. All right, we've got a very special surprise, actually. This is a young poet we have our headliner, Billy Lamont, coming up. But before that, this is one of his students, an amazing young poet. We just wanted to give him a couple minutes to share some of his talent. Very cool. Give it up for Kabir, everybody. Kabir.
Okay, so this poem was dedicated to Tupac Shakur. We loved your energy and I get around, even with Digital Underground. I felt your pain and changes, even in Hit 'Em Up. We felt your memories and I ain't mad at you, and even your heart and Dear Mama. I felt your passion and Trapped. I even loved watching you act. I hope you made it to heaven so you could take a breath. Tupac, we knew you were a legend, even when Shock said to rock this. Pac, I want to say your music makes my day, and this poem was dedicated to Tupac Shakur.
Give it up for Kabir, everybody. Young poet, tribute to Tupac. Amazing, the rhymes, the talent. Give it up one more time for Kabir Matos, everybody. That's just the beginning of what you'll be seeing from Kabir. All right, so without further ado, once again, we have zines. We've got Wind Up Mice. I have my zines over here at the tent. My name is Matt Proctor. I'll be here all day at the White Horse Tavern hosting. This is Easy Paradise. We're in KGB Bar every Monday night, but without further ado, it's our headliner. We are very honored to have this poet. He's a hero of mine, and he has performed. He's been on MTV. He's been at Lollapalooza. He's got amazing poetry, music CDs. He's a great voice, a great kind of he's like kind of like the modern Jack Kerouac. I feel like his voice has that same kind of rich music, and we're very honored to have the performance poetry and the genius. Give it up for Billy Lamont, everybody.
Hello everyone, great to be here with you. New York City Poetry Festival. That was Kabir Martha, a young talented rapper, Indian American poet with a bright future. And I thought of him today because he really popped as a young talent to watch out for, as a rapper, as an MC, as a poet, and also because a father on the West Coast made me aware of some suffering indigenous people in India, and I wrote a poem for them. So before I do my more performance stuff, I'd like to read a poem for the Adivasi, the First Nation people of India, for Janil Kocher. As the midnight oil and beds are burning, Peter Garrett's life and passion is pointing true north. Father Josh, then I, with we the people of the world, can hear a calling. A golden orange sunrise over a mystical land. A people touched by God. India, a land that includes Adivasi, First Nation ancestry. Thousands of years of indigenous people history. Adivasi identity. Adivasi dignity. Adivasi, made in God's image community, not God made in man's image, caste system inequality. Adivasi, not collusion between Indian government and the police with Naveen Jindal and the industrialist greedy. You cannot steal the indigenous people's land, rape and imprison Janil Kocher, murder her brother, and the Adivasi people ancestral legacy. We, the people of the world, can see you and demand justice. Get off Adivasi land and territory. Free Janil Kocher, a woman with innate human rights. Adivasi. India, Adivasi. May God's mystical blessings flow like the river Ganges. May the blood of Lord Jesus mixed in the veins with the blood of the people of India, with the Adivasi. The Indian people are filled with love and respect for all life. A land of nonviolence, a land of vision. Not an eye for an eye leaves everyone blind, caste system, inequality, division. We the people, India, the Adivasi. I'm feeling the pulse and vibration of India's long poetic tradition within my words, now. Here's the gift of my poetry for we the people of India and of the world that are free. And Janil Kocher, the Adivasi. India, a land of deep indigenous people's roots and history. A rich people fighting off poverty. India, a land of joy and intuitive peace that are Adivasi. My prayers have taken the shape of a poem, like a vibration or a holy tone. Sort of like a modern Om. Om. Holy tone. Adivasi, Adivasi, Janil Kocher, Adivasi, indigenous people community. We call for justice. They need a school. They need a house for the elderly. Adivasi, holy. Thank you. That's getting mailed out to about 1,500 people that are interested. Thanks for the warm response. Now I'd like to do a performance poem for the rest of my set. It's a poem of transformation called The Gallery of Light. And my latest book is called Words Ripped from a Soul Still Bleeding, Poems for the Future Edition. Come around the front. Turn around. Just so we can get it from the front. Sit down. I paint your portrait in my mind and hang it in the gallery of light. Neon light. America, your lies are like a mist I can't see through. My tears are a waterfall in this river of blood. I am transparent. My heart is made of glass. And the truth is fireworks going off in the sky, and the guiding lighthouse is the poet's eye. Strobe light. An adult lies in a fetal position in a strobe light generation. Addicted to dreams of midnight impulses and sugar passion, screaming, my bedroom a jail cell! My bedroom a jail cell. A baby left in city traffic getting fitted for a mental straitjacket. A Ukrainian sunflower with a snake at its root. a cherry tree that needs and will bear fruit, metaphysical visions of a paraplegic soul. Metaphysical visions of a paraplegic soul. Spotlight. I love you. I love you. I love you from the bottom of my current frame of reference. Of course, in a few years, I could have a new preference. I love you. Microwave romance. We want everything fast, like a strobe light, don't we? Soundbite thought pattern. We will uncover the truth beneath. Awaken the wisdom in the chaos. Find the underlying love, silence, and peace in the noise. And laughter is a sign of freedom. Working slave all day, family times are too few. Haiku, a cuckoo. Look at me cross-eyed or unkindly and I'll sue. Haiku, a cuckoo. Do not tell the truth. Hide it, whatever you do. Haiku, a cuckoo. I talk to myself and never listen to you. Say this with me. Haiku, a cuckoo. Haiku, a cuckoo. Haiku, a cuckoo. Oh no! I shouldn't have drank all that water for this long car ride. I wanna pee. Onomatopoeia. And onomatopoeia is like buzzer band with a word, sounds like it. I guess I'm just earthly spiritual or a beautiful mess. Simply a huge oxymoron am I. Moonlight, night. Television red paint slowly drips down the pale, expressionless mannequin face. We are all parhelia, bright colored spots of light on a solar halo. The scapegoat of your misery is baptized with tears, salt and light. Sweating blood in the name of love in the endless black tunnel we call night. For the late Allen Ginsberg, who showed love and support for my work in his later years by letting me sample from the epic Beat Generation poem Howl, and it was on the title track of my first album with the brilliant Mike Peters, The Alarm. Howl. I saw the best minds of my generation destroyed by madness, starving, hysterical, naked, dragging themselves through the Negro streets at dawn, looking for an angry fix. Angel-headed hipsters burning for the ancient heavenly connection to the starry dynamo in the machinery of night. In America, this is no Kurt Cobain suicide, because sometimes I feel as if your soul has already died. Soul metamorphosis, candlelight, soul metamorphosis, crucifixion, and resurrection. Arise, a poet that is a poem, a creation that can create. Arise, the subconscious sunlight. Arise, love conquers hate, and love conquers apathy. Sunlight. It's a new day filled with new life. It's a new beginning. There is hope. A spiritual fetus spins in a whirlpool of color, a myriad of revelations. Open eyes, open eyes, open eyes. A baby's first breath, an old man's death. Circle of ashes, circle of dust. There is hope. There is hope. A new beginning. May your very soul be a great poem. Our life is a message. A poet that is a poem. A string of pearls. Pearls are words. Words are art. Art is imagination. Imagination is creation. Creation is life. Life is experience. Experience is wisdom. Wisdom is love. Love is a string of pearls. Ultraviolet light. Mirror eyes, you radiate. Watercolors. The softness of your gaze is the art in love. And the hour is a wildflower, untouched by the razor wind. a seed, a new birth, an open door. The quiet voice of beauty is not something to ignore. A passionate moment of intuition whispers your name in silence. And I paint your portrait in my mind. New York City Poetry Festival. I paint your portrait in my mind, Matt Proctor, the comedians, and hang it in the gallery of light. Neon light, strobe light, spotlight, candlelight, moonlight, candlelight, sunlight, ultraviolet light. Our abstract emotions and impressionistic thoughts awaken surreal love as we meditate on the wisdom of the ancient and the young, as they intertwine and coalesce into one within the hand of God in the ultraviolet light of postmodern dreams, in the ultraviolet light of postmodern dreams. I'm Poet Billy Lamont, great to be here with you. Love, life, and peace to you. Matt Proctor.
Give it up for Billy Lamont. Okay, the magic, the ceremony, using the space, using the stage, exploring the kinesphere. We love it. Check us out. We have a Billy Lamont's medicine show, everybody, July 28th at Bowery Electric in the Map Room. Billy Lamont will be hosting a number of poets. Be sure to check that out. Once again, Billy Lamont's medicine show.
2 weeks from today.
2 weeks from today at Bowery Electric. Legendary venue. Give it up one more time for the legend, Billy Lamont. Amazing poetry, amazing. Thank you. Give it up one more time for Jason T. Kocher, Ben Callahan, and Danny Fallon, our stand-up poets revolutionizing the medium. Thank you for coming to Easy Paradise. The video will be available on a YouTube page. If you want to check out our YouTube page, you can find it through our Instagram page. We host an open mic every Monday night at KGB Bar Red Room in Manhattan. I've got flyers, we've got zines. Ashley Escobar will be reading at 3 p.m. for Wind Up Mice magazine. You don't want to miss that. But without further ado, we have an amazing next block of poets coming up. We're very excited to have. Give it up for the Jersey City Writers, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Jersey City Writers is a community of dedicated artists who seek to develop